An option is a contract, and every contract has two sides. On one side, the buyer holds a right. On the other, the seller carries an obligation. Today, all four scenarios: buying a call, selling a call, buying a put, selling a put. Before the four scenarios, every option contract is built from three numbers. The strike, the price the contract locks in for buying or selling the stock. The expiry, the date the contract runs out, after that it's gone. The premium, what the buyer pays the seller upfront, the cost of holding the right. Buying a call gives you the right to buy a stock at a specific price, by a specific date. Apple is at 150. You buy one call, strike 155, premium $3. You hold the right to buy 100 shares at 155. If Apple climbs above 155, every dollar of move is yours. If Apple stays below, the contract expires. You lose only the $3 you paid. The buyer's payoff: open-ended upside, capped downside. Now flip to the other side. Someone wrote that contract. Selling a call places an obligation on you to sell the stock at the strike if the buyer exercises. In exchange, you collect the premium upfront, $3. If the stock stays below the strike, you keep the $3. If it rises above, you owe the buyer the difference, and the loss scales with how far it runs. This is contract anatomy, not trade advice. Strategies for selling calls come later in this track. The seller's payoff: capped gain at the premium, downside that scales with the move. Buying a put gives you the right to sell the stock at the strike. Apple at 150. You buy one put, strike 145, premium $3. If Apple drops below 145, every dollar down is yours. If Apple stays above, the contract expires. Loss capped at $3. Same shape as the long call, mirrored. Open-ended on the downside, capped on the upside. And the other side of the put trade. Selling a put obligates you to buy the stock at the strike if the buyer exercises. You collect the premium upfront, $3. If the stock stays above the strike, you keep the premium. If it falls below, you owe the difference, and you may end up owning the stock at the strike price. Like selling calls, this is contract anatomy. The strategies for selling puts come later in this track. The seller's payoff: capped gain, downside that scales toward the strike. Every option contract sits on two axes. Calls and puts, what the contract is for. Buying and selling, which side you are on. Four combinations: two rights, two obligations. Buyers: long call, long put, pay premium for a right. Loss capped, gain open-ended. Sellers: short call, short put, collect premium for an obligation. Gain capped, loss scales with the move. Next in this track, long calls and long puts in depth, with the full risk profile of each. All ArcAlpha educational content is for informational purposes only. None of this is a recommendation to buy or sell any security.